Àbọ̀rú àbọ̀yè àbọ̀yè bọ́ ṣíṣẹ́ ogbó atọ́ àsúre ìwòrìwò fún. Ọ̀rúnmìlà ayé orí asúmi báre, Ifá mi orí asúmi báre bára mi àgbọnnìrègún. Oní orí torofíní ló sún torofíní báre láwùjọ àwọn ọmọ ikú. Ó ní igba ọmọ ikú péjọ wọn kí kú oríire. Ọ̀rúnmìlà ayé orí asúmi báre, Ifá mi orí asúmi báre bára mi àgbọnnìrègún. Ó ní orí àkàràbá ló sún àkàràbá báre láwùjọ àwọn ọmọ ẹja. Ó ní igba ọmọ ẹja péjọ wọn kí kú oríire. Ọ̀rúnmìlà ayé orí asúmi báre, Ifá mi orí asúmi báre bára mi àgbọnnìrègún. Ó ní orí ọ̀kín ló sún ọ̀kín báre láwùjọ àwọn ọmọ ẹyẹ. Ó ní igba ọmọ ẹyẹ péjọ wọn kí kú oríire. Ọ̀rúnmìlà ayé orí asúmi báre, Ifá mi orí asúmi báre bára mi àgbọnnìrègún. Olórí kìnìún ló sún kìnìún báre láwùjọ àwọn ọmọ ẹranko. Ó ní igba ọmọ ẹranko péjọ wọn kí kú oríire. Ọ̀rúnmìlà ayé orí asúmi báre, Ifá mi orí asúmi báre bára mi àgbọnnìrègún. Ó ní orí òdùsọ̀ ló sún òdùsọ̀ báre láwùjọ àwọn ọmọ ikin. Ó ní igba ọmọ ikin péjọ wọn kí kú oríire. Ọ̀rúnmìlà ayé orí asúmi báre, Ifá mi orí asúmi báre bára mi àgbọnnìrègún. Ó ní orí ọ̀kànbí lèǹje ló sún ọ̀kànbí báre láwùjọ àwọn ọmọ ẹni. Ó ní igba ọmọ ẹni péjọ wọn kí ọ̀kànbí kú oríire. Wọ́n ní ọ̀kànbí má jẹ ọjà nígbà yóò kíwájú akún kẹ̀yìn ayatì. Mo ṣe ní ìwúre fún gbogbo wa. Orí wa, ìṣẹ̀dá wa, asún gbogbo wa báre ajé, asún wa báre ọlá, asún wa báre ọlà, asún wa báre ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀. Láṣẹ Ọlọ́run Ọba Olódùmarè. Ọ̀rúnmìlà yìí ó sì pín Ifá mo ló yọ níní. Ó ní orí tó bá ti máa dádé inú agogo dẹni tí ń yọ wá. Ó ní torofíní yọ tiẹ̀ níbẹ̀. Wọ́n fi torofíní jọ lọ́jà láwùjọ àwọn ọmọ eku. Ọ̀rúnmìlà yìí ó sì pín Ifá mo ló yọ níní. Ó ní orí tó bá ti máa dádé inú agogo dẹni tí ń yọ wá. Ó ní àkàràbá yọ tiẹ̀ níbẹ̀. Wọ́n fi àkàràbá jọ lọ́jà láwùjọ àwọn ọmọ ẹja. Ọ̀rúnmìlà yìí ó sì pín Ifá mo ló yọ níní. Ó ní orí tó bá ti máa dádé inú agogo dẹni tí ń yọ wá. Ó lọ́ọ̀kín yọ tiẹ̀ níbẹ̀. Wọ́n fi ọ̀kín jọ lọ́jà láwùjọ àwọn ọmọ ẹyẹ. Ọ̀rúnmìlà yìí ó sì pín Ifá mo ló yọ níní. Ó ní orí tó bá ti máa dádé inú agogo dẹni tí ń yọ wá. Ó ní kìnìún yọ tiẹ̀ níbẹ̀. Wọ́n fi kìnìún jọ lọ́jà láwùjọ àwọn ọmọ ẹran. Ọ̀rúnmìlà yìí ó sì pín Ifá mo ló yọ níní. Ó ní orí tó bá ti máa dádé inú agogo dẹni tí ń yọ wá. Ó ní òdùsọ̀ yọ tiẹ̀ níbẹ̀. Wọ́n fi òdùsọ̀ jọ lọ́jà láwùjọ àwọn ọmọ ikin. Ó ní ọ̀kànbí yọ tiẹ̀ níbẹ̀. Wọ́n fi ọ̀kànbí jọ lọ́jà láwùjọ àwọn ọmọ ẹni. Ó ní ọ̀kànbí má ti jọ lọ́jà nígbà yìí ó kíwájú akún kẹ̀yìn ayatì. Mo ṣe ní ìwúre lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Orí wa asún wa débire. Orí wa agbéwadé pọ̀ ọlá. Orí wa aṣọ wa di ẹni iyì ẹni ẹ̀yẹ. Láṣẹ Ọlọ́run Ọba Olódùmarè. Bí yóò dẹ̀ ṣe rí nìyẹn. Eléyìí tí a wí yìí Ọlọ́run Ọba Olódùmarè á jẹ́ kí a rọ̀, á jẹ́ kó rọ̀ mọ́. Ọ̀rúnmìlà ayé ọjọ́ kan dá, Ifá mi ọjọ́ kan dá bára mi àgbọnnìrègún. Ó ní ọjọ́ tá a bá ti dápa máa lájé lẹ́ni lájé. Ọ̀rúnmìlà ayé ọjọ́ kan dá, Ifá mi ọjọ́ kan dá bára mi àgbọnnìrègún. Ó ní ọjọ́ tẹ́ni bá ti dápò máa láya ló máa láya nílé ayé. Ọ̀rúnmìlà ayé ọjọ́ kan dá, Ifá mi ọjọ́ kan dá bára mi àgbọnnìrègún. Ó ní ọjọ́ tẹ́ni bá ti dápò máa bímọ ló máa bímọ nílé ayé. Ọ̀rúnmìlà ayé ọjọ́ kan dá, Ifá mi ọjọ́ kan dá bára mi àgbọnnìrègún. Ó ní ọjọ́ tẹ́ni bá ti dápò máa níre gbogbo ló máa níre gbogbo nílé ayé. Ó ní ṣùgbọ́n ọjọ́ kan wà tí ẹni bá dá tẹ́ni á máa wá bó ṣe máa yẹ̀ ẹ́. Mo ní Ọ̀rúnmìlà èmi ò mọjọ́ tẹ́ni máa dá tí yóò máa sá eré bí ó ṣe máa yẹ̀ ẹ́. Ó níyẹn ní ọjọ́ ikú. Ọ̀rúnmìlà tó bá ṣe bíi ti ikú kí là fi ṣe. Ó ló dẹni tó ní àgbá àgùntàn tó fi rúbọ. Ọ̀rúnmìlà tá a bá ti wá rí tá a mú dé ńkọ́. Ó ní ikú ayẹ̀ lórí ọmọ tòun. Mo ṣe ní ìwúre ikú ayẹ̀ lórí gbogbo wa. Lágbára Ọlọ́run Ọba Olódùmarè. Èṣe ikú mi yẹ, ikú mi yẹ o, Ọ̀yẹ̀kú dé o, ikú mi yẹ, ikú mi yẹ lónìí o, ikú mi yẹ o, Ọ̀yẹ̀kú dé o, ikú mi yẹ, ikú àwa yẹ lónìí o, ikú wa yẹ o, Ọ̀yẹ̀kú dé o, ikú wa yẹ. Lágbára Ọlọ́run Ọba Olódùmarè, ikú ayẹ̀ lórí gbogbo wa. Àrùn ayẹ̀ lórí wa, àìsàn ayẹ̀ lórí wa, ìdààmú ayẹ̀ lórí wa. Bí yóò dẹ̀ ṣe rí nìyẹn, ànírógun àìsàn. Bí yóò dẹ̀ ṣe rí nìyẹn. We will not experience untimely death. Whatever that has to do with failure, stagnation, setback, the Creator will not allow these things to happen to us by the power of Olodumare. And every words of my mouth that I've spoken now, the Creator will let it come to pass in our life. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Today, I want to speak on what Odu Ifá Oyeku Meji says. That is for the benefit of those who are learning Ifa. It is not everybody that will have the opportunity to come to a Babalawo and live with a Babalawo because they want to learn Ifa. And as you all know, it is very important for each and every one of us to have a knowledge of what Ifa says, even if we cannot be a practicing Babalawo. But it is good for each and every one of us to have a knowledge. If you go for a divination, you have Odu Ifá Oyeku, you should be able to interpret what does Oyeku says. How can I interpret the word Oyeku to myself? If you go to anywhere, you have the Odu Ifá Oyeku Meji and so on and so forth. You should be able to have a little knowledge of everything so that you won't become a novice. It's very, very important. So today, I want to speak on what Odu Ifá Oyeku Meji says. But before I proceed, my name is Babalawo Olariwaju Ifadamilare. I'm a practicing Babalawo Onifa, and I quickly want to give a word of an advice to some Ifa practitioners. So please, I am actually doing this to protect our image internationally. What I am about to say does not have anything to do with if you are an Araba, Oluwo, Agbaye, Oluwo, anywhere, Araba of anywhere, you are, I don't want to know. What I am after is there should be a sanity in Ifa practice. We want sanity. So everything shouldn't be about money, 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 money. And if, however, somebody paid you money to render a service when it comes to Ifa, please make sure you render the service diligently. Do not take money from people without rendering such a service. First of all, it is a disgrace to Orunmila. It is an embarrassment to the creator Olodumare. It is an embarrassment to Ifa, and it's an embarrassment to every other Ifa practitioners. And it is obvious that we all cannot have this dignity. But whichever way it may be, please, because I am saying this because of the messages I am receiving, a lot of complaints. People come to me, they reach out to me, I pay so person money, they say they want to teach me Ifa, they want to, please, whoever you are collecting money from, I don't want to know your position when it comes to Ifa. You can be the best Ifa Babala, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. You can be the best person that is good when it comes to Ifa practice. I don't want to know. I don't want to know how knowledgeable you are when it comes to Ifa. In as much you are a Babalawo and all of us are practicing Ifa, please, whatever you are being paid for, kindly render such a service diligently, so that when such a person see another Babalawo, he will not be looking at that Babalawo the way he's looking at you. So this is a call for sanity among the Ìṣẹ̀ṣe practitioners. Being you a Babalawo, Oníṣègùn, Adáhunṣe, Ọlọ́ṣun, Oníyèmọ̀já, just anything. In as much you have the opportunity to attend to people, to listen to people problem and try to find a solution to it, please avoid some kind of dirty attitude. Don't scam people, don't betray people. It's very important. So thank you very much. So now, before I proceed to what Odu Ifá Oyeku Meji says, I quickly want to remind you, my viewers, that ìgbà ò lọ bí òréré. That is, the way you look at yourself today, the way you see yourself today, by tomorrow, there are possibilities that there will be little changes physically, mentally, psychologically, emotionally, and the rest. Who you were a few months ago is not who you are right now. And who you are right now is not who you are going to be in the next 2-3 months. So you always need to call yourself into spiritual consciousness. You always need to ask yourself, am I doing the right thing? Am I in the right track of life? Don't forget, the world entirely is a marketplace. All of us have come here to this planet to trade what we are selling, to come and buy, to come and sell. So it is important, it is paramount that we should know our essence of coming to this marketplace, so that you will not have a regret of what is happening and what will happen in the near future. That is just my little advice to you. So thank you very much. May the peace of Olodumare be with you. So now, Orumila Yora Sumibari, that is Odu Ifá Osa Irosun. Yes. Osa Irosun. Osa in the right hand, Irosun in the left hand. That is where Orumila admonishes everyone who have that Odu Ifá, that the person should take note to always acknowledge his or her Ori at all time. Because every position that person wants to attain, it is a Ori or his Ori that will take the person to that position. That is Osa Irosun. Ọ̀rúnmìlà yóò sì pín Ifá mọ́ olóyọ níní, ó ní orí tó bá ti máa dádé inú agogo idẹ ní tí ń yọ wá. That is Odu Ifá Ogbe Oturupon. We call it Ogbe Tomopon. That is one of the admonishment of Ọ̀rúnmìlà in that Odu Ifá. Orí tó bá ti máa dádé inú agogo idẹ ní tí ń yọ wá. So whoever have that Odu Ifá as well should always recognize his or her Ori, because it is important that person is going to become a king. If he's not becoming a king, he's going to become either a president of a nation, a governor of a nation, or just a high position in the society. That is Ogbe Oturupon, Ogbe Tomopon. Oyeku Ojokonda, that is Orunmila Ojokonda, Ifá Ojokonda, that is Oyeku lọ́tùn, Ògúndá lósì, Oyeku in the right hand, Ògúndá in the left hand. We call it Oyeku Ojomoda. We call it Oyeku Ojokonda. So thank you very much. May the peace of Olodumare be with you. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Now, if you have the Odu Ifá Oyeku Meji, what does Oyeku Meji says about you? Tí ènìyàn bá lọ dá Ifá, tí wọ́n bá dá Ifá Oyeku Meji fún, tàbí ènìyàn lọ sí igbódù ó lọ tẹ Ifá, ó sì láǹfààní láti tẹ Odu Ifá Oyeku Meji, kí ni nǹkan tí Odu Ifá yìí sọ nípa ẹni tó tẹ Ifá yìí? What does this Odu Ifá Oyeku Meji says? So for those of us who have interest in learning Ifá, so this is the moment you need to, as you are watching the video, pick up your pen, pick up your jotter, try to jot down the all my message, the words of my mouth are very important, but you try to jot out things that you feel are important to you so that you don't forget. Oyeku Meji, what does it say? As you know, about a few months ago, I did a live video where I explained what Ejogbe says. It was on a live video. But this time around, it's a recording video. So after Oyeku Meji, I am also going to create time. We are moving to Iwori Meji. We have 256 Odu Ifá, so we'll be doing it one after the other. So today is for Oyeku Meji. So first of all, Oyeku Meji, if you have that Odu Ifá, Ifá is telling you that you are a prominent human being, a very important species. Very important species. You are an important personality. If you have this Odu Ifá Oyeku Meji, Oyeku Meji is telling you that Olodumare, the creator, is your strength. Olodumare will always give you strength. Olodumare will not allow himself, he will not allow you to lose your spiritual consciousness, to lose your physical consciousness, emotional consciousness, and every other aspect of your life. That is Oyeku Meji. Ifá says that in Oyeku Meji, that you are a man of people. A man of people, meaning that it is not possible for you to live your life alone. It is not possible. You know, there are some people who call themselves introverts. There are some people who always love isolation. They don't like to talk to people. They don't like to have friends. They don't like to interact with others. It is not like Odu Ifá Oyeku Meji. So if you have the opportunity to have that Odu Ifá Oyeku Meji, you should see yourself in a position of leadership. You should see yourself as a man of people, because people will come to you with their problems and you are expected to solve that problem. That is Odu Ifá Oyeku Meji. In Oyeku Meji, Ifa says that the person who have this Odu should offer sacrifice to Olodumare, because that person is in the midst of enemy. The person is in the midst of enemy. Yoruba will say, ẹni yẹn wà láàrin ọ̀tá, ó sì pọn dandan fún un láti rúbọ kó lè ṣẹ́gun ọ̀tá, kó lè rẹ́yìn odi. So the person is in the midst of enemy. He needs to offer sacrifice so that Ifa can give him the spiritual strength to overcome his adversaries. That is the Odu Ifá Oyeku Meji. Ifa says that this person should offer sacrifice to avoid untimely death. Yes, untimely death. That is Oyeku Meji. Ifa says this person should abstain from using a red cloth. He should abstain from using a red cloth. That is the voice of Olodumare in Odu Ifá Oyeku Meji. Ifa says that this person should appease his or her ori with 2 kola nuts, palm oil, and water. Because a lot of ajoguns, a lot of negative energy, they have tried to take his life away from him. But it is his or her ori that has been with him, guiding her always. So Ifa says this person should appease his or her ori with 2 kola nuts, water, and palm oil. That is the voice of Oyeku Meji. Ọ̀rúnmìlà yìí mi kò, Ifá mi kò bára mi Admonishment. Ó ní ta ni mo mọ̀ tí mi kò. Mo ní ọmọ aláwòrò Ògún ni. Ọ̀rúnmìlà ní èmi ò tí kọ ọmọ aláwòrò Ògún. Ọ̀rúnmìlà yìí mi kò, Ifá mi kò bára mi Admonishment. Ó ní ta ni mo mọ̀ tí mi kò. Mo ní ọmọ aláwòrò Ọjà. Ó ní èmi ò tí kọ ọmọ aláwòrò Ọjà. Ọ̀rúnmìlà yìí mi kò, Ifá mi kò bára mi Admonishment. Ó ní ta ni mo mọ̀ tí mi kò. Mo ní ọmọ aláwòrò Ọ̀ṣun ṣẹ̀ǹgẹ̀ṣẹ̀ olóyin ayùn awẹ́dẹ kó tó wẹ mọ́. Ó ní mi ò tí kò. Mo ní Ọ̀rúnmìlà, mo jẹ́wọ́ Ògún. Dá mi láṣọró, mi sí ìkọ̀lé, ọmọ erin fún gbúù lókè àlọ́, èmi ò mọ ẹni tí mi kò. Ó ní àfi ọmọ tòun èrìgì àlọ́, àbẹ̀ni tó bá ṣọwọ́ gínígíní dá òun fún. Ó ní ọmọ tó bá ti bí nídìí òun Ifá, kó máa pè ní Ifá mi kò mí. That is the voice of Oyeku Meji. So now, what is the meaning of Imiko? Imiko is a native Yoruba language. So now let me use my brain to see how I can translate the word Imiko to English. Ọ̀rúnmìlà says, I will give strength to whoever deserve it. And I responded, Ọ̀rúnmìlà, no, sorry. No, that is not how it should be. Imiko. Ọ̀rúnmìlà says, here is strength. I responded, yes, it is strength, Barami Admonishment. He said, who do I know that deserve this spiritual strength? I says, it is the follower of Ògún. Ọ̀rúnmìlà says, the follower of Ògún doesn't deserve to have such a strength. Ọ̀rúnmìlà says, here is strength. I responded, yes, this is strength, Barami Admonishment. He says, who do I know that deserve this spiritual strength? I says, it is the follower of Uja. Ọ̀rúnmìlà says, no, the follower of Uja doesn't deserve to have such spiritual strength. I says, it is the follower of Ọ̀ṣun. He says, the follower of Ọ̀ṣun doesn't deserve to have such a spiritual strength. I said, Ọ̀rúnmìlà, I have come to confess. I don't know who deserve to have this spiritual strength. He said it is his own children or anyone who comes for Ifa divination in his house. That is who deserve to have this spiritual strength. It says, any child that is being given birth to in his house should be called Ifá Mimikomi. That is, Ifá has given me strength. That is the voice of Oyeku Meji. So Ifá is telling us that in Oyeku Meji, the person will always have this extra energy, extra spiritual energy, that even the adversaries, the enemy, will always wonder, where does he have this energy from? The person will always be physically fit, spiritually sound, and so on and so forth. That is the voice of Oyeku Meji. That is number one aspect of it. That is number one admonition. We call it Ishiseifa in Oyeku Meji. Number one admonition. So now number two. Ọ̀rúnmìlà yìí ìdágìrì Ifá mi Igbo bára mi Admonirègún. Igbo nà ń bẹ́ mọ́. Igbo nà ń bẹ́sìn. Igbo nà bágùtàn. Igbo nà bọ́yẹ̀lẹ̀. Eṣe ládìgbò ládìgbò. Ifá kó o ṣe mí lónígbò bí ìran àgùntàn. Ládìgbò ládìgbò. Ifá kó o ṣe mí lónígbò bí ìran ọ̀yẹ̀lẹ̀. What is the meaning of Idagiri? What is the meaning of Igbo? Idagiri means turbulence, when there is problems, when there is trouble, when there is tension. And I responded, Igbo. What is the meaning of Igbo? Igbo means gathering, where a lot of people gathered. So officially, if anyone have this Odu Ifá Oyeku Meji, Ifá is advising this person. If, however, this person have this, if we know anyone who have this Odu Ifá Oyeku Meji, we can advise such a person to go and have an establishment. It could be a church where people will come to him and gather, because he's a man of people. If such a person have a church, a lot of people will come to his church. But Ifá advises him to be sincere and faithful with whatever he's doing. He should be sincere and faithful with whatever he or she is doing, because it's going to be a man of people. If such a person have a church, it's going to have a lot of crowd. If such a person open a mosque, it's going to have a lot of crowd in his mosque. So whatever that person does, if he has a supermarket, it's naturally going to have a lot of customers coming to that supermarket, because it's a man of people. If such a person go into politics, it's definitely going to have a lot of followers. That is Oyeku Meji. Ọ̀rúnmìlà yìí ìdágìrì mi Igbo. So it says that Emo happens to be a rabbit in the bush. It says it is very difficult for you to see a single species of that rabbit to walk alone in the bush. It says it is very rare for you to see a single pig. That is the bush pig. It's not the normal pig we have at home. It's not the normal pig we rear at home, but the bush pig, we call it AC. It is very rare for such species of pigs to walk alone. The same thing, pigeon. It says it is very rare to see a pigeon walking alone. They all walk in a team. So the native Yoruba for pigeon is Oyele, though some people call it Eyele, but Ifá call it Oyele. So Ifá is telling that person who have that Odu Ifá Oyeku Meji that he is a man of people. He should not see himself as somebody who loves isolation, as somebody who is not interested in interfering with people. Because the more you isolate yourself as somebody who has this Odu Ifá Oyeku Meji, the more you are delaying your destiny. That is Odu Ifá Oyeku Meji. I hope I am communicating, and I hope you are getting my message. That is the number 2 verses in Odu Ifá Oyeku Meji. The number 3 verses. Ifá ní Ọ̀yẹ́ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń lábọ̀ lókè. Ọmọ aráyé ṣe bí ojúmọ́ ló mọ́. Adífá fọ́mọkùnrin pupa òkè àpà. We also call this Odu Ifá Oyeku Meji as Oyeku Alapa. The Odu Ifá is also known to be Oyeku Alapa, Oyeku Meji, Oyeku Alapa. So, however, if somebody tells you that he has Odu Ifá Oyeku Alapa, you should know that he is referring to Odu Ifá Oyeku Meji. Ọ̀yẹ́ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń lábọ̀ lókè, ọmọ aráyé ṣe bí ojúmọ́ ló mọ́, adífá fọ́mọkùnrin pupa òkè àpà. Ìgbà ẹ̀rẹ̀ kíní wọ́n fomi perí rẹ̀ ó kú. Ìgbà ẹ̀rẹ̀ kejì wọ́n fomi perí rẹ̀ ó kú. Ìgbà ẹ̀rẹ̀ kẹta wọ́n fi epe perí rẹ̀ ó jí. Ǹjẹ́ gbogbo ẹni tó ní kí n kú mo mà ti dẹni aláàyè. Òjìjí mọ̀gà ṣe ni kó o jí mi sílé ayé. Òjìjí mọ̀gà. So here, Ifá is telling us that a lot of people actually want this person dead. They just want him out of this world by all means. So this person should hold on to Ifá. This person should be steadfast, truthful with Ifá, for Ifá to take untimely death away from him. That is Oyeku Meji. So, however, Ifá is now advising this person to use water, palm oil, kola nut, and a drink to appease his ori. It's very, 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 very important in Oyeku Alapa. It's very important in Oyeku Alapa. So Ifá says that there is a particular enemy that this person has. This enemy is doing everything possible to make sure he brings these persons down. This person has a lot of enemy in general, but there is another special enemy. There is a special enemy who is saying that I will make sure you do not succeed. I will make sure you don't achieve anything in life. I will make sure you don't have wife. I will make sure you don't have children. I will make sure nothing good comes out of you. I will make sure you are dead. There is a particular enemy that this person is having. So Orunmila is, however, advising this person, whoever have that Odu Ifá Oyeku Meji, to offer sacrifice to Ishodara. And this person is going to offer sacrifice with, we call something Atori. It's like, Yoruba call it Atori. We also call it Egba in my native language. What he used to, is a cane, used to beat a little children. If I ask this person to offer sacrifice with that, it's very important. If I says, Ọ̀yẹ́ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń lábọ̀ lókè, ọmọ aráyé ṣe bí ojúmọ́ ló mọ́, adífá fún agogo ṣékété, èyí sì lọ rí pàdé ọ̀pá ní pópó, ọ̀pá ló lóun fẹ́ pa agogo, bẹ́ẹ̀ ọ̀pá ò sì lè pa agogo, ẹ̀rù ń bà agogo lọ rí sápamọ́. Nígbà ó pẹ́ títí èṣù rú agogo ní agbára, ó ní kí agogo bọ́ sóde, ọ̀pá pàdé agogo, ọ̀pá ló bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí nínú agogo, ọ̀pá nu agogo títí, ọ̀pá ṣẹ́, ọ̀pá kú, agogo sì gbélẹ̀. So Ifá says that every enemy, whoever that is going, whoever that presents himself as an enemy to this person, the person will lose his or her life if care is not taken. So in this particular verse, Ifá speaks about agogo and ọ̀pá. Ọ̀pá, let's take for instance, ọ̀pá happens to be a cane, and agogo, agogo is a bell, the one you use in the school, the ringing bell. That is agogo. So ọ̀pá happens to be an enemy to agogo, and ọ̀pá was telling agogo that he is going to make sure he take away agogo from the face of the earth. So agogo, which is the ringing bell, was afraid, though he had offered sacrifice to Olodumare through Ishodara. And after so many things, Eshu gave agogo, the ringing bell, confidence to come outside. Why are you hiding? Don't worry, come outside. Eshu also gave Ọ̀pá the confidence, because Ọ̀pá had failed to offer sacrifice, that you Ọ̀pá, you come. This is agogo. Then Ọ̀pá started eating the ringing bell. After eating so many times, it is Ọ̀pá that got destroyed. Ọ̀pá died and agogo still remains. So Ifa says that whoever have that Odu Ifa, whoever stands on his way as an enemy is going to overcome the person. So the person is naturally born an overcomer. If only he listens to the voice of Ifa, he walks in the right way with Ifa. That is Odu Ifá Oyeku Meji, Oyeku Alapa. Ifa says that each and every day of this person's life is going to be a good day. Ifá ní gbogbo ojúmọ́ tó bá ti mọ́ ẹni yìí, ojúmọ́ ire ló máa jẹ́ fún. When this person wakes up every day, it is mandatory that the person will always witness goodness of nature. That is the voice of Oyeku Meji. Ifá ní ọ̀pẹ̀lẹ̀ ló jẹun tó yó tán, ló wá dákùn délẹ̀. Àwọn ló dífá fún pérégedé tí ń ṣe yèyé ojúmọ́mọ́. Ǹjẹ́ ojúmọ́ tó mú awo lénìí, ojúmọ́ ajé ni. Pérégedé ìwọ mà ní yèyé ojúmọ́mọ́. Ojúmọ́ tó mú awo lénìí, ojúmọ́ aya rere ni. Pérégedé ìwọ mà ní yèyé ojúmọ́mọ́. Ojúmọ́ tó mú awo lénìí, ojúmọ́ ọmọ rere ni. Pérégedé ìwọ mà ní yèyé ojúmọ́mọ́. Ojúmọ́ tó mú awo lénìí, ojúmọ́ ire gbogbo ni. Pérégedé ìwọ mà ní yèyé ojúmọ́mọ́. So Ifa says that every day of his life, the moment he wakes up, he's going to continue to experience positivity, experience good side of nature. So Ifa uses Okpele. So Okpele happens to be the divination chain, so I have it here. So this is Okpele. We call it divination chain. So Ifa says that when this Okpele, after eating and he got satisfied, so he has to faces the ground this way. So they were the one that cast a divination for Pérégedé. So Pérégedé is a native Yoruba language. So Ifa now says that all his children, all his followers, every day of their life, when they wake up, they are going to experience goodness of nature. That is Oyeku Meji. That's Oyeku Meji. Ifá ní Oyeku mo bá ọ múlẹ̀, kó mọ́mọ́ ṣe dà mí. Inú bíbí ẹrú ní ń pẹrú, ẹ̀dọ̀ fùfù wọ̀fà ní ń pàwọ̀fà. Adífá fún Ọ̀fà obì, èyí tí ń bẹ láàrin ọ̀tá. Ifa said this person, like I said earlier, is living in the midst of enemy. Àárín ọ̀tá ló wà. That is Oyeku Alapa. Oyeku Meji says so many things that I think this is the 6th verse I am bringing now. So Ifa says this person is in the midst of enemy. If you look at the second, just every one I've explained, you realize that it speaks about enemy. So this person should be careful. He should be careful so that he don't get himself into trouble. Ọ̀fà obì. What is Ọ̀fà obì? We have obì is kola nut. And how do we identify Ọ̀fà obì? The moment you see a kola nut that has 5 pieces. No, we normally use kola nut that has 4 for prayer, 4 pieces for prayer. But if, however, you have a kola nut that has 5 faces, Ifa says there is one among them. That one among them is called Ọ̀fà, and that Ọ̀fà is in the midst of enemy. That Ọ̀fà is in the midst of enemy. So now, this particular Ọ̀fà obì, this is obì, this is kola nut. So this particular one now has 5 faces. So I'm going to open it and I will show you the Ọ̀fà in it. I will open it, I will show you the Ọ̀fà in it. So the Ọ̀fà, if I refers to the Ọ̀fà, so I've opened the kola nut, and this is the 5 kola nut, and over here we can identify this to be the Ọ̀fà, because if you look at it very well, it's different from this. If you look at the edge of the kola nut, this one has like 3 faces or 2 faces underneath, while this one has a straight face. So that's how you identify the Ọ̀fà. So this Ọ̀fà, because of this identity, if we as a Babalawo wants to make use of the kola nut, we have to gently remove this Ofa after we have used the kola nut for prayer. And if we want to use the kola nut to ask from Ifa or from Aje, from Eshu, from Ogun, and from every other Erumole, if the prayer we offer has been answered, so we have to open the kola nut first. Then we first of all look at the Ofa. We remove the Ofa from it. We put it somewhere. Then we now make use of the other kola nut. And after making use of the other kola nut, the kola nut is for consumption. So there is possibility that this Ofa will escape death, because the rest of the kola nut will consume them. That means they have died. So he found himself in the midst of enemy. So he went to make a divination in the house of Orunmila. How am I going to escape death? Ifa says he should offer sacrifice. When he offered sacrifice, that was when Orunmila gave him that identity. So whenever you have the kola nut, you have to remove it. You have to pay respect to that particular Ofa. That was how he was able to escape death. So he was singing, he was rejoicing, he was thanking Ifa, he was thanking the Babalawo. Our Babalawo was thanking Ifa, and Ifa was thanking Olodumare. Ó ní gẹ́gẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Babalawo tó ń ṣẹnu rere kífá. Ó ní bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Ọ̀rúnmìlà ṣẹnu rere fọ́lẹ̀. Ọ̀yẹ̀kú mo bá ọ múlẹ̀. Kó o mọ́mọ́ ṣe dà mí. Inú bíbí ẹrú ní ń pẹrú. Ẹ̀dọ̀ fùfù wọ̀fà ní ń pàwọ̀fà. Àwọn ló dífá fún Ọ̀fà obì. Èyí tí ń bẹ láàrin ọ̀tá. Ikú tó ń bá ṣẹ́gbẹ́ mi pa. Ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni kó máa sá mi sí. Ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ láyọ̀ Ọ̀fà obì sí. Bárùn òfò ẹ̀gbà ọ̀run bá ń ṣẹ́ ẹgbẹ́ mi pa. Ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni kí wọ́n máa sá mi sí. Ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ láyọ̀ Ọ̀fà obì sí. So Ifa says that the person is in the midst of enemy. He should offer sacrifice so that the Creator will take him from his enemy. That is Oyeku Meji. Ifa ní orí tí ó dàdé inú agogo dẹni tí ń yọ wá. Ọrùn tí ó lòdì gbàrà ìlẹ̀kẹ̀ inú agogo dẹni tí ń yọ wá. Bèbè ìdí tí ó lò máṣe àjì aṣọ ọba tó jiná yanranyanran inú agogo dẹni tí ń yọ wá. Adífáfíkú ṣàánú ọmọ awo. Ohun tí kọ̀ lọ́rùn bọ̀ wá sí kọ̀lé ayé wọn ní kó rúbọ kó má bàa ṣe kú. So Ikú Ṣàánú is a son of Orunmila. He was coming from Olodumare down to the planet Earth. He was asked to offer sacrifice, so when he gets to the planet Earth, he will not experience untimely death. He offered the necessary sacrifice, and Olodumare did not allow him to die. So Ifa says this person should offer sacrifice to avoid untimely death. So Oyeku Meji says a lot, but you have to manage this with me. So thank you very much. Aboru, Aboye, Aboye, Bosise, Ogbo, Ato, Asure, Iwo Iwo Fun. Ó dàbọ̀. Thank you.